mean disrespect to the family by doing this in an ASMR style. I just want to bring awareness to this missing persons case that was suggested to me from one of my lovely subscribers. Now, this article was published 8 days ago in I think it's called, the Sydney Morning Herald, and it was written by Laura Jung. So I'm just going to be reading over it because it does touch on a lot that has to do with Elaine Johnson's case. Now, this case is taking place in Australia, not in the United States or the UK. So this is my first Australian case. The article begins with Helen Cooper and her sister Wendy used to go walking through the bush, admiring everything, but now they walk through the bush looking for their missing sister, wondering if she could be buried out there in the wilderness. Elaine Johnson was only 17 when she went missing. She went missing from her carnal home in Sydney's south with her friend Carrie and Joel more than 40 years ago, and no one has heard from either of those young women since. And Elaine would now be 58 years old. I will go ahead and put up a photo of an age-progressed version of what she would look like, and of course what she looked like at the time of her going missing. The article continues to say Miss Cooper and Miss Johnson, who were 12 and 13 years old respectively when their sister went missing, looked up to her, and she loved dancing and loved singing. She was young and vulnerable. Carrie and Elaine were just two young girls who went missing and were treated as runaways, but they weren't. They were actually hitchhiking when they were last seen. But something happened. They would have come back. Miss Cooper said, "We were really, really close. Someone has taken her and thrown her life away. She wasn't the big sister that we thought she was. She was little. The sisters' appeal for information comes as Missing Persons Week kicks off on Sunday and runs until August 7th, so that would have been, I believe, 2 days ago now. To mark the week, the Australian Federal Police will feature 7 case studies of long-term missing persons from around the country, including age-progressed images of what those people could look like in 2021. Elaine, who would be 58 years old this year, is one of these 7 cases to be featured. Forensic artists begin creating an age progression image by studying the face of the missing person and working with the family members to ensure an accurate depiction of their loved one is produced. It is hoped, the images, some of which show how a person may look more than 20 years after going missing, increase the awareness in the community of the long-term missing person, and that the family are still searching for answers. An AFP spokesperson said. National Missing Persons Coordination Center coordinator Jody McEwen said the age-progressed images take a few weeks to produce and highlight the importance of using advanced technology to generate these new leads. When someone has been missing for a decade or more, their appearance chance and opportunity to try and provide a depiction of what passage of time may have done to our missing people. Miss McEwen said 51,000 people were reported missing to police last year, about 140 people a day. While 60% of those people were fortunately found, some were never seen again. And there are currently 2,500 long-term missing people in Australia who have been gone for 3 months or longer. For Elaine's sisters, creating an image of what she'd look like today was a difficult process. While Elaine's image was initially created in 2019, it had been released again in the hopes of generating fresh, new information. Miss Cooper said one of the hardest parts of the process was capturing Elaine's eye color. This was a mixture of like hazel and green and brown, which would sometimes change color in different lighting. We just remember her as young, vibrant, happy, and beautiful, and it's really hard to put that on a piece of paper, Miss Johnson said. The sisters hope the age-progressed image will provide answers about what happened to their sister, of course. It would mean the world to have closure. We lost our dad last year, and we did want to find something, anything, before he did pass away. Miss Johnson said, Mom is still here, and any information would be so good for Mom to know. After all of these years, what has happened to her baby girl? Now, there is no closure. You see, someone and think, is that her? You're always racking your brain for more information year after year. For the past 4 decades, the sisters have not given up searching, taking matters into their own hands by following leads and making public displays with information about Elaine and Carrie. When someone goes bushwalking, they will say, "This is beautiful." We walk in the bush and wonder if there's anybody buried there. Instead of looking at the rivers and trees, we have been bushwalking and we look for Elaine, Miss Cooper said. A coroner inquest in 2016 found that the 2 girls were last seen in 1979 or 1980, and on the balance of probabilities are both deceased, having died soon after that sighting. The matter was referred to the NSW Police State Crime Command's Unsolved Homicide Unit for review. So the NSW Police said investigations into the disappearance of Elaine and Carrie were still continuing, so that's very good. And anybody that may have information regarding this disappearance and you think that it may help the investigators, they urge you to contact Crime Stoppers at 1-800-333-000. And that's it for this article, but I know that there's more. I know there's more out there. And I looked at another one, another article. About a handwritten note. So it has crossed out sentences, and it was pretty mysterious. But we'll go into this. She was this beloved child who just some friction, and Elaine had an argument with her father about a party and Carrie from her mother after she smashed a car. So the two girls were both mad at their parents and just decided to leave together. Unfortunately, this led to them making their own decisions and doing whatever they wanted, and unfortunately getting abducted, I believe, and going missing. There's not a lot on here about what they could have done. The detectives themselves, I don't think they had any leads, really, any evidence. There weren't any, clothing tossed to the side. There wasn't anything DNA-wise to go off of. So these girls, in their minds, are likely deceased, but they still are continuing the investigation. Now, this case is one that's kind of short, and there's not much to go off of, but her sister still pleads for help, of course, before her mom, sadly passes before ever knowing what happened to her daughter. And I urge you guys to look into this case as well. I'm going to put a link here to these different articles that I've kind of touched on. And if you guys have a mother, an aunt, anybody who was around that area in